Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. I'm Heggy, here with Callum, and today we're doing our match review on the London derby between Chelsea and Arsenal, which finished 1-0 to the Gunners.
Alright,
Very happy?
very happy, of course.
Yes. So, before we talk about the game, we'll talk about what we thought would happen before the game.
Yeah.
I predicted 2-0 Arsenal.
I predicted 3-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, I think we both expected Arsenal to win this game. I just didn't have enough faith in Arsenal to keep a clean sheet, which is surprising with how good the defence has been this season.
Especially away from home.
Spot on. But I did expect Arsenal to score more of their chances. I was expecting maybe more from a Jesus sort of thing, put the ball in the back of the net, get your confidence up. But they did. They obviously. So yeah, that's just really what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought we would win the game. Even if it is a hard place to go, Stamford Bridge, we've been good over the last few years there. I think we haven't lost in the league at Stamford Bridge for about 3 or 4 years, which is crazy. I think we won 4-2 last season. So yeah, it seems to be our second home at the moment.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a bit cagey affair, but I thought Chelsea were actually going to have more of the ball.
You did say that before, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Arsenal would hit them in the counter and score 2 goals,
Yeah.
but that's just not what happened.
That is not what happened. And what did happen then, Heggy?
Arsenal dominated.
Yeah.
They controlled the game, controlled the ball, had the majority of the chances. I don't think Ramsdale actually had a save to make.
I don't think he did. They created no big chances in this game, Chelsea. They had 120 passes less than Arsenal. Crazy that they were the home team. I think really just in this game, Arsenal could have punished them more. Arsenal could have been more deadly in and around the box.
Yep.
Missed a few big chances. And just they were a bit wasteful in the final third. And that's the only negativity. The negative thing I can say about Arsenal really and how the game actually went.
It looked like Arsenal were up for it more though.
Yeah.
They were winning every 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single one there was, you were getting a toe to the ball, you were winning the throw-ins, you were winning the fouls. No, just a poor day at the office for Chelsea again.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. It's spot on. Arsenal were, you're right, winning all the 50-50s. I think they were bigger, they were faster, they were stronger, and some of the play they were doing, the one-touch stuff to get out, to break through the press was incredible from Arsenal.
especially that Jesus chance.
Exactly, yeah. Oh yeah. We'll touch on that chance, but that was incredible. If that would have been put in a picture frame, that if he'd scored that chance, because the build-up was ridiculous. It was one touch, all at the pitch, perfect ball in, and of course he's fluffed his lines. We'll talk a wee bit about the individual performances then, and talk about the teams, how they did perform individually. What do you think then is the first talking point? What do you think? Who impressed you today? What impressed you?
We'll start with the front line of Arsenal.
Right.
So Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, and the conductor Odegaard.
Yeah.
They were very good at pressing today.
Yeah.
They didn't give the Chelsea players much time in the ball. They left Azpilicueta as the free man because they know he is the weakest on the ball out of the back four.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva was put under pressure as soon as he got it because he is the best on the ball.
Yeah.
He actually did have a good game, to be fair too.
Sorry, he only had a couple of me mistakes, but he was the one, if I'm going, who annoyed you at that back line, it was him.
Yeah.
He was the one that was, the only one that I could say was decent, half decent today.
But surely as an Arsenal fan, you're really happy with the way you were pressing today.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And as you said before, the orchestrator, the one that's barking the orders, it's the one that sits behind, and it's Odegaard. With a bit of Xhaka as well, he does press quite high up the pitch. But no, they were incredible at pressing, and it put Chelsea under a lot of pressure, and it set the tone for the game. As well as that, with the front three for Arsenal, they were just taking on their men. Cucurella, I don't know how he's not been booked.
I know.
Because the amount of fouls he gave away, it gave us free kicks high up the pitch. Saka was doing his thing. He was doing his thing for sure. But maybe we also obviously have touched on it slightly. They just weren't ruthless enough, Arsenal, to maybe put this game and make this game less nervy for Arsenal fans. Because I'm telling you, you were watching me, I was very nervy, very nervy.
Jesus needs a wee spawny goal.
He does. Just off your arse or something.
Yeah.
Like, just score, please.
That one header, has to do a wee bit better, in my opinion.
But all his link-up play, for all his hard work and stuff, he was incredible at everything else he did.
It makes up for it.
He does, it definitely does. When he's not scoring, at least he's doing something else, and he's very, very vital.
What do you think of the other midfielders then for Arsenal?
Well, Partey was world class. I think, for me, I know the plaudits will go to the Arsenal defence because he had a clean sheet here. But I think for me, Partey was the standout in the pitch. I think he was the best player on the pitch.
Definitely.
Ridiculous, isn't he? He's running that midfield himself, with obviously the help of Granit Xhaka, who was excellent. You can just see the passion in his. And even in the interview at the end, he swore on BT Sport. So you can see how much it means to him. They're singing his name. It's brilliant. But no, Partey was exceptional.
I think Partey only lost the ball once that I can remember, when he was dilly-dallied a wee bit. But the majority of the time, he is so quick at offloading the ball, and he always makes the right pass.
Yep.
It just secures your defence, and it sets up your attack at the same time. It's just such a pivotal position in the current game.
I think this season he's been the best six in the league, and that's including people like Rodri. And Casemiro, to be fair to him, has been great, but he plays a slightly different role. He's got more of a helper next to him, whereas Partey really is in that midfield on his own, in the centre of the midfield.
He is comparable to Rodri in that sense.
Yeah, does everything. Definitely master of all trades. Anything else talking about Arsenal? Their defence, perhaps?
Yeah, just solid again. Clean sheet. Saliba, just an absolute joke of a player.
Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah. Gabriel got man of the match, but I think it's Saliba. Gabriel got it because he scored.
Yeah.
But Saliba is the most solid defender at Arsenal right now.
You're really happy to just have him just back and the ball over the top. And you know what, it's Saliba, he's getting this.
Yeah.
There will be the odd occasion, I think, where you are going to see him mistime the ball, or he did. There was a couple of clearances but are a bit dodgy. He's just
young
so
though.
good. Yes, he's 21.
Yeah.
And he's just bullying everybody. He's brilliant. And obviously the Arsenal full-backs just did their job.
Yeah. Zinchenko looked a wee bit rusty.
Yeah.
But he did his job. Said.
You can see when he comes back in, he's doing what Arteta wants from his full-back, and he's much more natural. It's much more natural for him to step into the midfield as it was when we had Tierney doing it or Tomiyasu. He knows what he's doing in there.
And it gives Partey that wee bit of extra support.
Yeah. Perfect. Obviously then Gabriel did get the goal. But we're going to really talk about how bad it was from Chelsea, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about Chelsea now as well.
We'll start with the main culprit, in my opinion, Havertz, for that goal.
Yeah, misses it in the post.
Completely misses it. Yeah. Then Thiago Silva makes a run. He's obviously thinking that Havertz is going to clear it, and he just completely misses it. Mendy then misses it because of the first two missing it.
Yeah, it's just several errors in that one. Yeah.
And Gabriel puts it in.
Yeah.
I nearly cleared it over the bar.
He did. He nearly did.
He get right under it.
It was going straight in from Saka.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And I think also this all did start as well. Saliba at the front post missing the ball.
Yeah.
And everyone else decided, you know what, we'll follow suit and we'll miss it as well. And obviously the keeper being the final one. I don't think Mendy was too bad though today. I think he did everything he could do. Good few passes. With his feet, he wasn't particularly bad, where he's been bad this season quite a lot, even last season as well. Some dodgy mistakes. Made a few good saves as well. Jesus as well, from him.
The near post.
Yeah, but there wasn't too many big saves he had to make, and he dealt with a lot of things he had to, balls into the box, punching and things like that.
Yeah.
But what about Chelsea then, the rest of the team?
Well, you can clearly see they're a team in transition. I think Jermaine Genius said it perfectly for a change maybe during the game. He said, you can tell Arsenal have been in a building period for a few years and the players know exactly where all the other players are going to be. Chelsea dilly-dally.
Yeah.
They take that extra wee second to make a pass. They just didn't link up the play well enough.
Yep.
And especially between the lines. Sterling, Havertz, Aubameyang up front, they all want to be up front. They don't want to drop deep like Jesus does to get the ball in those areas between the midfield and defence. It just didn't work today. Yeah.
I'm actually, you mentioned there what Genius said, but actually we had our very own Jermaine Genius in the flat here. It was Aaron, and Aaron actually gave me something interesting. He did mention the facts that Arsenal, you can tell they are becoming the real deal, whereas Chelsea are in transition, like you said, like Genius said, and it's kind of, with Arsenal, every pass they know what they're doing. You said it, but with Chelsea, you can tell they take a bit more time on the ball to make sure they're thinking about, where am I meant to pass it next? Where have I been told to pass this next? Where am I moving next? It's a wee bit slower, and that is exactly where Arsenal, they differed. They were quick, sharp, first time, know what they're doing, and spot on. But Chelsea's system is they'll take a bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got to mention the fact that they did have a few injuries as well. Key injuries for them. I know Arsenal may have a few injuries as well themselves, but I don't think they're as key as the fullbacks for Chelsea.
Yeah, but your key injury would be Partey. He makes you tick.
Yeah.
And theirs is Reece James
And Chilwell.
Yeah. Because Cucurella is actually decent as that left centre back in with Silva, but they just don't look the same defensively sound team that they do look with James and going forward.
Oh yeah.
Because James bombs up that wing. He plays those balls into the striker, which Azpilicueta doesn't do. Azpilicueta's first thought is, I'll make a safe pass. He's not got the same pace as James. He's not as good on the ball. It's just, he's getting old.
Well, James is a modern day fullback.
Yeah.
He's just as good on the ball as anyone else, and he's playing fullback. A bit like Trent, for example, but he's very solid as well.
Yeah.
I think you're right, the system there is not working. The injuries didn't help for Chelsea, and their front three, we did mention, they all don't want to drop back, but obviously we're going to talk about Aubameyang.
Yep, a poor day at the office.
Non-existent. Havertz, poor decision making.
Yep.
Sterling, again non-existent, but of course with Aubameyang getting subbed off, and with the promo we did with BT Sport as well.
Yeah,
he really, really needed it to get himself a goal, or Chelsea to get something from the game, or he was going to look like a bit of a tool.
Yeah. Did they do anything in the game? I don't remember him actually doing anything.
I don't remember having the ball.
I remember
he could have had the ball from Havertz, but Havertz again fluffed his lines.
Havertz had 2 instances like that where he
Final
crossed
pass.
the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a good player, but he just needs to work on that end product a wee bit.
Havertz.
Yeah. And I don't think he's a striker either.
Agreed.
I think he's better behind the striker.
They did have Aubameyang kind of started out in the left, and Havertz was more of the striker. I thought it would be the other way around. Maybe that would have been better for them. But Aubameyang, I think even at Arsenal, his best work was out in the left flank, coming in, cutting inside.
Do you think Potter's done that today? Has he seen White as the weakness out of the 3 that Aubameyang could have been up against? Gabriel, Saliba and White?
I would put him on Gabriel. I think I know what Gabriel was man of the match according to obviously a lot of
outlets.
Yeah, but I think White's excellent. I think White's been excellent this season, and he was excellent again today. Dealt with Aubameyang, and as you said, he's been non-existent. Gabriel has been prone to an error this season, but thankfully he was brilliant today.
That was probably his best game this season.
He was excellent, and obviously scored. So so we've obviously talked about the individual performers, how Chelsea's system is. What do you think now this means going forward for both teams? So start with Chelsea.
Chelsea, I don't know. It might get a few fans on the back of Potter.
Yeah,
but they need to just trust him.
I think so too.
He needs a wee bit of time to work with this team. They clearly don't play the same way. Well, they didn't play the same way with Tuchel as they do with Potter. It's a completely different formation, completely different system. I think they just need to give him time. I don't think they're going to get top 6 this season. If they continue at top 4, sorry.
Yeah.
If they continue the way they're going.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to
go backwards to go forwards.
Exactly.
They need to, actually, to be honest with Chelsea have obviously been very ruthless with their managers in the past. Abramovich isn't there anymore. They've now got Bowley in, and I think he said it when he appointed Potter. This is a project.
Yeah.
They need to actually take a leaflet, a page out of Arsenal's book here. They've trusted Arteta. There were so many people wanting Arteta out. So many. Really split the fan base for a few years there.
Was that 2 or 3 years? 2.5
2.5 years roughly, 3 years now. I think he's coming up for his third. He's coming up for 3 years very, very soon. I think it was December or even January maybe.
It was 2.5 seasons outside the top 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah. For sure. Oh, we've had longer than that.
Yeah.
We had it with Emery and Wenger, but I think they need to trust Potter. That's all they can do, because I don't see the point in just switching out for another manager. Who are they getting in now?
Exactly.
That's the thing. They have to trust him, back him if you can, and just try and do what Arsenal have tried to do. And obviously it has been hard being an Arsenal fan. But
look at you now, though.
Yep, we're definitely bearing the fruits of our labours. And top of the league, 34 points from 13 games.
Really crucial time of the season as well coming up. Would you, if you were an Arsenal fan, just be happy to go out the cup game that you're playing in midweek, just to cut that off completely so it's less games to play, focus on the league and Europe?
I think I'm saying that's not the right answer to say, yes, I want to go out. I would just be like happy to. But if we lost,
it would be the game you'd want to lose.
I do not want several of our big players playing in this game. I want maybe a few. the few of the players that we need to play, that need some minutes, that didn't play in the Europa League last week. Xhaka didn't, for example. He got a rest that week, and I think Arteta has managed his squad quite well this season. But I'm not going to be nervous for this game. Let's be honest, I'm not, because I don't really mind if we do go out. But I don't want to see us just go out. I wouldn't say I would be happy to go out.
It would be good to see Lokonga play, Nelson.
Yeah, for sure.
The fringe players.
Yeah.
But Brighton are playing well as well. It might be a tough game.
Of course it'll be a tough game.
Because they will go out for it, I think.
They need to.
I fancy them to put you out, but...
So do I, honestly.
Yeah, it genuinely doesn't matter at this point.
I don't really care that much, but...
And then what's your other games before the World Cup?
Just Wolves.
Just Wolves. Is that at home?
I think it's away.
Away.
Tough game, but they're not looking good at the moment.
Yeah.
Not looking too hot themselves.
If you could win that, it would just be an unbelievable start.
Yeah, would have
first half of the season.
Points in 2 games.
Yeah.
Dropped 5 points in the first 14 games it would be. And we will be... I think we'll seriously be title challengers at that point. You've got to say we would be.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think many people, if they were putting money on it, would bet against City still. But they're now in a title race, let's be real.
Yeah.
I think they have to be considered. Because I'm obviously now desperate for a Liverpool win tonight, because it doesn't matter if they win. If they win tonight, they're 15 points behind us.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Right now, they're 18 points behind us.
Mental.
Yeah.
I think it'll be one of the games of the season when you play City next.
I know.
Is that January?
I don't know when they've rescheduled it.
I think they want it to be January.
Yeah, it needs to be, because we've got them twice next year.
Yeah.
They will be massive games, and I think we really are. We're becoming the Liverpool, aren't we, of a few years ago?
The
only team that can compete.
Yeah.
Let's hope it continues, because you never know. You just don't. I still, a lot of people don't quite trust Arsenal yet.
Yeah, but a joy to watch though.
But they are. You're right. So yeah, happy. Yeah. Happy Callum, and I'm going to enjoy the Spurs game.
If you enjoyed our reaction review to the Arsenal-Chelsea game, leave us a like, subscribe, and comment down below any content you want us to do in the future. And take it easy.
Take it easy.